Should we stand up for it then? Okay.
Going down. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a year of being off the air, we are done with being locked down. We're done with being quarantined, and we're done with being socially distanced. I hope you drink all your coffee because we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Santino Brothers, up all night. My name is Jack Farmer, and I am standing by here with the Encyclopedia, Pete Traris. Pete, how you doing?
Doing great, Jack. Guys, it's been a year. Everybody's been working super hard during quarantine. I am very excited, and we've got some matches tonight. We've got Lex Ford Collection showing up. Very interesting things are going on with Lex.
Whenever Lex is involved, you know that there's some shenanigans about to happen. I can't wait to see it.
Indeed, and we also have a women's #1 contenders match. We've got the equal opportunity assassin, Ruby Reyes, taking on Milo Matters.
Whenever Ruby Reyes is around, people get a beat down. This is going to be one you don't want to miss.
And with that, Jack, let's go to our very first match, and Jason Marchuka is in the ring.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Santino Brothers Up All Night. Who's ready for some pro wrestling action? Woo! Our first match of the night. Weighing 184 pounds from parts unknown, this is Artorious.
Artorious.
Wow. Look at this brute.
We are about to see physical domination personified.
I don't like you.
And I have to agree that Lex Ford really does have an eye for this collection. Adding Artorious to his stable, clearly Lex is looking to dominate and pick up some gold here at Santino Brothers.
Well, how can you talk about Lex having a good eye for talent? How do you miss someone this size?
I don't think you can. I was going to say, this guy, you want to build an entire company around.
And of course, we're starting things off right with just a massive matchup. I can't wait to see who we got coming out next. I can't wait for the viewers to see who's coming out next. Is a true fan favorite.
From Buena Park, California, El Primo, Henio!
El Primo
Primo!
making his re-debut here at Santino Brothers. Clearly, quarantine has been good for El Primo.
You can hear the people in the stands. They're excited to see him back in the ring. Primo, a fan favorite here at Santino Brothers. But between you and me, Pete, I don't know if he's going to be able to overcome the size disadvantage against someone as big as Artorious.
And Jack, that is definitely a fair statement, but I got to tell you that El Primo is a fighter. He has a heart of a champion, and he's 10 foot tall in his mind, so Primo can definitely make up for the size disadvantage with all of the heart that he has.
He's going to need all of that heart if he's going to win a match like this. When he has got the deck stacked against him, Lex Ford, Artorious, this is not what you want to be looking at your first night back after a layoff, like after this quarantine.
Referee Victor taking care of both opponents, making sure that neither of them have any.
Hey, relax. Ring the bell!
Lex Ford, I think, by the way, making a good point. Maybe they should have double-checked Primo here. I thought he brushed over that a little bit.
I don't think Primo's into cheating. He's not a bad guy. He likes to make every fight an equal fight. He's very much.
Suck, Artorious! Let him talk to you like that. I'm gonna talk to him like
Look at this stare down between Artorious and El Primo.
Oh, I have a feeling Primo's going to regret getting under the skin of Artorious.
I know the way you work.
The smack talk has just started, but now it's time for action.
Oh! He's not here anymore, is he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe I can bring him back out.
Yeah.
With a lockup, we have Artorious definitely trying to establish some dominance between El Primo. But that heart, that underdog, that drive and desire that El Primo has is showing that he's as strong as Artorious.
Well, you know, Artorious, he was saying, bringing out the old Primo early on. That might be what Primo needs if he wants to stand up to this monster. Looking for Hyde.
Who's Hyde? I've never heard of Hyde before.
I didn't see him touch the hair.
Artorious definitely taking every opportunity he can to take the underdog down.
Artorious saying he wants Hyde. Might be asking for a little too much. Be careful what you wish for, as the old saying goes.
Primo on trying to with the cover.
What happened, Artorious? What is that?
See, this is that showboating that's going to get him in trouble down the line. This is that kind of showboating that's going to cause him problems.
What happened, pal? Okay. Yes!
You look at
Hands off the hair! Come on!
Again, Artorious taking liberties with El Primo. Ref Victor definitely needs to step in there a little bit quicker. El Primo continues to work that leg. And Jack, that's not a bad idea, you know. If he cuts down the legs, Artorious is going to have a much harder time taking El Primo down.
Artorious said he wanted Hyde. He wanted to see the more vicious side of Primo. And like I said, might be careful for what he wished for, because it looks like he might be getting that more vicious Primo.
Primo said that he spent a lot of time in quarantine reworking on his martial arts skills, also focused on his in-ring physicality. So clearly coming out of COVID, El Primo is ahead of many of the other Santino brothers wrestlers.
We can't bury the lead here. Just listen to that knife-edge chop reverberating through Primo.
And look at Primo just completely dominating Artorious right now.
Yeah, I got to admit, this is a lot different than I thought it was going to be.
But I got to tell you that Lex Ford being on the outside is definitely the equalizer.
Artorious kicking out of a massive butterfly suplex there. Looking like Artorious maybe caught off guard a little bit. Didn't expect this kind of fire out of Primo, Henio, Tribeca.
Oh, and like we were saying, here's Lex Ford.
Sorry, I was looking down for a second. I didn't see anything, but it looks like Artorious is taking advantage again.
I gotta tell you, I think that's the long-term game plan. Seek him, get El Primo into deep water, and then have Lex Ford make sure that the advantage is going back to Artorious.
Working on that neck. The neck, obviously. So much of your ability to move is in the neck. Being able to turn your head, working it like this is going to cause problems down the road.
Indeed. If you cut off the head, the body's going to follow. So Artorious clearly has a game plan to take El Primo out of the match.
Come on, Artorious. Do it again.
This is where size and strength step up.
Ref Victor stepping in, telling Artorious.
I give Primo all the credit in the world. He's a talented wrestler.
Oh!
Jesus.
Look at Primo trying to cut down that massive redwood Artorious. And back to the neck, Jack, like you were saying. If you can work on that neck, you can easily disable Primo's offense.
Choking him out. Cutting off the airflow there. The quick moves and speed that Primo needs aren't going to help him if he can't breathe.
Yeah, Jack, but I tell you, this crowd is really behind Primo at this point, and it looks like, yes, Primo is able to get out of that headlock.
As you know, Primo uses the headlock driver as one of his primary ways to win, so going after the jaw, going after the head here.
Exactly,
could be setting him up for that.
focusing on that chest and collarbone area, weakening that so that when he does hit him with that finisher, with that headlock driver, just like that, Artorious is back in control of the match.
Primo coming out with a strong start, but again, that size, that power of Artorious just coming in.
And don't forget it, Lex Ford on the outside is that
He's got him
intangible.
in the half crab. He's got him in a half crab. This is very dangerous. This is not a good place to be.
And wow, Lex Ford stepping in, pushing that rope to Artorious, shortening that ring.
Artorious, being so tall, gives him access to the ropes farther than most people would be able to get to.
But you also have the outside X factor of Lex Ford being able to also push that rope forward for him, so it's one less grip.
Lex Ford was just giving him some advice, just giving him some strategy going forward. Massive spear. I can't believe he did it. Primo actually won.
With that catapult off the ropes and that spear, he really took Artorious out.
That has to be one of the biggest upsets. Primo reestablishing dominance, and the crowd here couldn't be happier. The fan favorite with a massive win.
Lex Ford and Artorious looks like they have some work to do, figure out how to get better communicating in the ring.
That I am sure they will be back bigger and stronger than ever. But for now, the day is ruled by Primo. Henio, big win, big start back here at Santino Brothers. We've got even more great action coming up for you. This is just the start, folks.